All right, so in case you were not here on the 30th or 31st, this is what we did that day. So first, at the top of your worksheet, I wanted you looking at these two maps and then identifying 5 new countries that appeared after World War I. So again, bringing that idea of nationalism and people ruling over themselves. Then I did want you looking at the Middle East, how it affected that as well. So identifying what country lost land in the Middle East after World War I. Then you didn't have to write anything for this, but I did want to go over some of the financial changes, like the US kind of using World War I to become more of a superpower because they were the largest creditor during the war and becoming the financial center of the world. Also wanted to talk about Germany being handed that enormous debt, 33 billion, equivalent to around 9 trillion in today's dollars. And then how a lot of this is going to contribute, not be the only factor, but contribute to the Great Depression. Then I did want to briefly touch on isolationism. So it was the idea that America did want to stay separate from a lot of the rest of the world because of what we had been dragged into. How with struggling economies, many countries are going to limit their global trade. And we do start to see the US put larger restrictions on immigration. It was not completely unregulated before this, but compared to what we see today, it was very different. But following World War I, they do start to put more restrictions on the number of people coming from countries. And lastly, we do want to see the fear of communism. That's going to be more talked about in the next unit. But with the success of the Russian Revolution, a lot of Americans do start to fear what would happen if we became communist. Then I do have an activity with this article. Here's a link of me reading it. So you would click on it here and read the article. And I even put the sections of the article where you can find all of the answers. This one I actually need to edit because it's only going to be 2. All right. So that's where you find all those answers. And we did go over them in class. And then lastly, I gave you time to kind of do a culminating question. So in a paragraph, what is the idea of disillusionment and why did it lead to a radical shift in art and literature after World War I? Next, in class, I wanted to preface our lesson about why we teach gay rights and about the Fair Education Act in California of 2011. So you can read that if you would like. Then we did do a game. All you have to do if you missed this class is read the article, please. And then, as always, you do have an exit ticket at the end of class. And we did not get to the reviewer notebook, so that is going to be pushed back further. So just please remember to do the exit ticket for that day as always. Right, and that is all you missed that day.